All right, so we have another hat trick. Mark Scheifele with the hat trick, and league leading Jets defeat the Stanley Cup champions, the current Stanley Cup champions, the Florida Panthers. The Jets pick up the victory 6-3. Right? A hat trick when you score 3 goals in the NHL. I'll see if we can look at these goals real quick. Let me cut that volume and cut the playback speed, and let's see if we could take a look at these goals very carefully here. All right, let's fast forward a little bit. So here's one goal. You see right there, number 55. There's his first goal right there. And we just had a player get his 9th career hat trick, Mikko Rantanen. I'll show you that. Okay, so you get the first goal. Now let's look at goal number 2. There's goal number 1 again. They're showing the highlight. Here's going to be goal number 2. So you're going to want to look for number 55. He's up here in the middle. You might see up here on the arrow, but you see him up there. Looks like he's expecting the pass. See him on his knee right there? Bam, and he gets his second goal off right there. Looks like he's the assistant captain here for the Winnipeg Jets. He picks up the second goal. You see they got his jersey on in the crowd, so must be a decent player, right? And let's pick up the third and final goal here. Here, let's look at this replay for the second goal. He just tees it up right there. And let's capture the third goal real quick. Hey, look, he's wide open right here, number 55. 10:22 with 10:22 remaining in the third. All right, so boom, you saw that one coming, right? So 10:15 remaining in the third period. He picks up his third goal, as you see right there, Mark Scheifele. Okay, so let me go to the clip. All right, it's not gonna let me fast forward. Let me go like that, making it difficult on me this AM, but there we go. Don't want to show too much. Okay, so Mark Scheifele picks up the hat trick. Look at his birthday is the 74th day of the year, and Mark Scheifele equals 74 in reverse reduction. And he's a member of the Winnipeg Jets. You see him right here. Winnipeg Jets equals 61 like Mark Scheifele. All right, so that's everything connects with his birthday, the team he's currently playing for, and his name in this code. Only 4 ciphers I use to show you this daily, but his name matching the team he's on as well. You see the March 15 birthday right there, okay? And he was drafted in the first round, 7th overall, okay? So that's a 1 and that's a 7. And look at Scheifele equals 171. So if you look at it left to right, you look at it right to left, you get the 1 and the 7, right? Canadian professional ice hockey center and alternate captain for the Winnipeg Jets of the National Hockey League. And drafted in 2011, becoming the Jets' first ever draft pick after relocating from Atlanta. All right, so the Atlanta Thrashers. Okay, right? So you get the 1 and the 7 right there. Okay, and look at this. The game Tuesday night ended a 2-game skid for the Jets. They pick up the victory over the current Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Well, Tuesday leaves 42 days in the year, and ice hockey equals 42. This is ice hockey, and this is a Canadian ice hockey center. And I mentioned his 9th career hat trick. All right, Mark Scheifele had his 9th career hat trick. Morgan Barron added 2 empty net goals, and the Winnipeg Jets pick up the victory 6-3. So they get a 3-goal victory, and the Panthers score 3 in the loss, and it's his 9th career hat trick, and hat trick is 3 goals. Think about like 3 times 3 is 9 as well. We're talking numbers here, okay? But 9th career hat trick. Remember, Mikko Rantanen had his 9th career hat trick. We just did that breakdown, like 3-4 days ago, something like that. And you see, hat trick equals 90, like 9. And that was Darcy Kemper, the opposing goalie in that breakdown. He was even born in 1990. Wow, that's amazing. Because look at that goalie in the prior decode. He's got the 5-5 birthday, and look how it all connects, because Mark Scheifele's got the 55 and a totally different story here, but connected by the hat trick. That's amazing on the fly. 55 on the jersey. The goalie in the other decode has the 5-5 birthday. Wow. And he didn't finish that game, by the way. Another goalie stepped in. But look at that. Because the Avalanche beat the Kings 4-2 in that game. Colorado Avalanche over the LA Kings. And I just showed you ice hockey equaled 42, and this game leaves 42 days in the year. So that 55-42 connection was on the fly right there. Okay, that's amazing how that happens. And hat trick equals 90 again, like 9. Okay, so the score was 6-3, or you could say the Panthers lost 3-6. Okay, well, the Panthers goalie Sergei Bobrovsky, he's age 36. The losing goalie here. Hat trick also equals 36 in the reduction cipher. Right? So you're seeing that reduction cipher being utilized heavy here. Remember Mark Scheifele 61, Winnipeg Jets 61. Well, now you see hat trick equals 36 there to match with the age of the opposing goalie. And Sergei Bobrovsky picks up 21 saves. Kyle Connor had a goal and an assist. John Morrissey and Nikolai Ehlers each added a pair of assists, and Connor Hellebuyck made 20 saves for the NHL leading Jets. Okay? And what are the odds in the ordinal cipher now? Just the language we speak and the alphabet. What are the odds? Just the ABC? 1, 2, 3. ABC is easy as 1, 2, 3. Look at that. 306 with the full name for the Panthers goalie. On the opposite end of this hat trick. Okay? I'm not sure if they pulled him at some point during the game. Maybe we'll look at it. But look at his name. Sergei Androvich Bobrovsky. 306. like he's age 36, like hat trick equals 36, like his team goes down 3-6 in the loss. Born in 88, is a Russian professional ice hockey goaltender for the Florida Panthers. All right. Interesting. Look how you get I in the middle of his middle name there, EYE. Even Mark Scheifele with the hat trick and the 6-3 victory for his team, the Winnipeg Jets. You even have 63 date numerology on his last birthday. All right. And you could even look at that 93, born in 93. You could even flip that over and you see it kind of like a 3-6, right? But you get the 93, right? 369 thing going on. And hat trick equals 126. Keep in mind there's just 4 ciphers I'm using. Forwards, reverse with reduction applied to both. The Gematrinator 85 calculator, it's free. You could check it out. But we're using just those ciphers, and hat trick also equals 126 in this hat trick story. When a player scores 3 goals, we looked at them. Hat trick equals 126 in reverse, and the Panthers lose. Look at their record: 1, 2, 6, 12 wins, 6 losses. And I think this one is like a overtime victory. I can't remember at the time, but it's like a overtime victory or overtime loss. I think it's an overtime victory with the one there. They used to have ties uh and all of that, right? But look, what are the odds hat trick equals the record? And man, that's an amazing record for the Jets, 16-3, by the way. I'm going to go to Google real quick and I want to clarify. Let me see if I can clarify that. What is the third column, wins and losses? Oh, what is the third column, wins and losses in the NHL? Here, let me type it. NHL. Let's see. Wins, regulation losses. Okay, so it's overtime losses. All right. They don't do the ties no more. So that's which would make sense that it's right next to the regular loss. Okay, so wins, regulation losses, and then overtime losses. All right, cool. So you see that right there. So again, what are the odds? You get the 126, and it matches up with the losing team's record even. And the Jets only have 3 losses. They stay on 3 losses to go with that 3-goal victory, to go with the hat trick, which is 3. And Chris Stapleton just picked up 3 awards at the Country Music Academy Awards, I think is what they call it. The Country Music Awards. That breakdown should be coming, I think, later. And don't forget, we just had the Cy Young Triple Crown winners. I'm trying to think of their names. Kubal, and the other guy was Chris Sale. So 3s all the way around as they pick up the Triple Crown, those 2 lefties in baseball. And that means they lead their league, I think, in 3 statistical categories for pitchers. So you get that going on. You get the other hat trick with Rantanen. Okay, and then I mentioned you get the performer. I keep forgetting his name, Chris Stapleton, right? You get him with the 3 victories. So another 3 here. And that's amazing how the Jets stay on 3 losses. And look at this right here. With their 16 wins, 3 losses. 163 is the 38th prime number. Winnipeg equals 38. Florida and Panthers both equal 38. So you get both teams connecting by the numbers here. And Mark Scheifele, or Scheifele, look at his name in ordinal. Okay, you get 115. Remember, that's like 15. He's born on the 15th. But look at Panthers equals 115. The opponent he scores the hat trick on. Okay? And look how it's 115 days between the two dates. This game, November 19th, and his upcoming birthday, March 15th. March 15th is 116 days after the game, but there's 115 days between the two dates. Okay? Again, like 15. Born on the 15th. His name equals 115. His opponent, the Panthers equals 115. All right. Matthew Tkachuk had a goal and assist for the Stanley Cup champion Panthers. That's interesting as well because Tkachuk, his dad, Keith Tkachuk, played for the Phoenix turned Arizona Coyotes, right? And they originally moved from Winnipeg. So you get that connection there as well. And we know the selection date still lingering around with the energy, Tuesday, November 15th. So you get that 115 again. All right. So this character has a big game with the hat trick. He's connected to the 115. Look at the arrow there. It looks like we appear to have a mask, doesn't it? I don't care how old you are, that just doesn't look right. And he hasn't looked right for a few weeks now, at least. Okay? Right there, but look at that. You get the 115 again. Okay? And if you ask me, I don't think it's a coincidence. Look, even this, it might be pronounced differently, but look how similar this former Colorado state senator, Mark Scheffel, like Mark Scheifele here, who picks up the hat trick as we speak of politics. But remember the last hat trick, Rantanen, he played for the Colorado Avalanche. So we had that 55 connection with that opposing goalie. Mark Scheifele wears the 55, right? And now we get a Colorado connection with a similar type name as somebody on the stage. Okay? With this guy right here. You see that? And it says Vice President, Government Affairs right here. Senior Vice President at Advantage Capital Partners. Partners kind of looks like Panthers, doesn't it? But that's just interesting, okay? And you even look at Canadian Ice Hockey Center, you even get the C like Colorado. And their state senator, there's a Ottawa Senators hockey team also in Canada, right? So that's just an interesting, you always got to be leery. Look at this guy's hair, looks shady too, so just a typical politician type guy there. And look at this. I think it's amazing that Winnipeg, they're the Jets. Jets, planes. Look at Winnipeg equals 119 in the reverse cipher. And that makes me think of this, right? We will never forget. Okay? With that date, remember that? Jets and planes. Okay? And you see that 11 right there as well, right? 9 1 1, you see that 11 in there, and remember, we will never forget the year 2001. That's interesting with the language, right? Even though it's not referring to New York, you see how everything is connected like that. They're named the Jets, And you see that connection, okay? And New York, the 11th state, New York equals 111. Mad 111s and 11s, if we look into that other story there. But look at that. What are the odds? And that's the reverse cipher. Z would be 1, A would be 26. Okay, so easy money. Hat trick, 3 goals. Mark Scheifele. Let's look at the next opponent for the Winnipeg Jets real quick. So they're going to play today in Pittsburgh. They're going to play the Pittsburgh Penguins. Penguins not off to a great start. 7-10 and 4. Let's go back here. Okay, let me go back one more. Back one more. Open that up. As you see right there, Jets travel. They will be in Pittsburgh today to play the Penguins. And this will be the first game after the hat trick for Mark Scheifele. Let's look at his stats on the season if we can get them. Winnipeg Jets team leaders this year. Okay, let's click on this. Scroll down. He has 24 points. Let's see if I could scroll in a little bit here. So he leads his team. He's tied with Kyle Connor, 24 points. That's perfect, 12 goals, 12. They both have 12 goals and 12 assists. So league leading. That's a great record, and that's amazing because even if it's Nikolai Eilers, if that's how you pronounce it, he's got 22 points. John Morrissey, or Morrissey, however it's pronounced, 19. Look at how balanced that is. 19, 17, 15, 13, 13. Wow, look at all those players with double-digit points just 19 games into the season. So they're playing nearly perfect. That's amazing right there. Okay, so he's got 12 goals even. So that's amazing. So let me go to the article real quick. And let's just see if anything else pops with the article. And then we'll call it a breakdown, won't we? And maybe I'll be off to take another nap. All right, let me get rid of that. And just scroll down and see if anything else pops. Takeaways, the Jets. Winnipeg rebounded from a 5-0 weekend loss to Florida. Okay, so they just lost to Florida the game before 5-0. So they definitely get their revenge with this victory, and Mark Scheifele picks up the hat trick. So the weekend lost to Florida as well, 5-0, by often being a step faster than the visitors and pressured the Panthers in their zone. Florida did well to kill off a Winnipeg 5-on-3 power play for 2 minutes early in the second period. But they hit posts on a number of times. If there's anybody new here, a power play, your player gets a penalty, they go in the box for 2 minutes. The other team has the 5-4 advantage. So you get 2 penalties. The other team, they get the 5-on-3, which is very hard to defend against. Obviously, 5 players against 3. But for the 2-minute power play there, they hit posts on 3 times. So that was probably deflating there for sure. Okay, it's always deflating, but they only hit the post, it says 3 times. Okay, so they could have lost by more, okay, than just the 3 goals there. After the Panthers made it 3-2 on the power play at 7:10 of the third period, the Jets went on the power play and Scheifele scored his 3rd goal, as we showed earlier. You know what I just caught? You know what I just caught? Look at this. Look at 3-10 after the Panthers made it 3-2 on the power play at 7:10 of the third period. Isn't that the record for the next opponent for the Jets? Right here, didn't we just look at it? Let's click on it again. The Penguins, look at that. The Penguins are 7-10. 7 wins, 10 losses, and 4 overtime losses. But look, 7-10. Okay, so look how it connects once again. You know, you get exactly the 7-10 right there. And remember how it connected with the two players getting their ninth career uh, hat tricks, with the last one with Colorado. And then we had that Colorado politician connected as well. You see again how that number on the fly connects to the next opponent for the Jets. So the Panthers visit Chicago on Thursday night, and I mentioned the Jets versus Pittsburgh. It's a 6-game road trip, so we'll see how Winnipeg Jets and Mark Scheifele, we'll see how they are looking after this road trip. And let's look at the rest of the teams on the road trip that they're playing against. So they kick it off against Pittsburgh. And then, wow, that's a big road trip. And then they're off to play the Predators tomorrow. And then after that, they're going to be at the Wild, at the LA Kings, at the Golden Knights of Las Vegas, and then at Dallas to play the Stars December 1st. And then they won't return back home until this game, as they're going to host the St. Louis Blues. All right, so undeniable again. Let me click on the slides. Let me full screen it, and I'll just run it back real quick. You could see a lot of undeniable connections here. A lot of threes. You see the sixes right there as well. And that's an amazing record with the 16-3. Nothing in overtime yet. No overtime losses from what I'm seeing. And then that opposing goalie right there. I don't know if he was. Let me look at the box score and see if there was another goalie as well. If did he make it the whole game? Let me see. Let me scroll back here, see more. Let's click on that game. And you see right there 3 games 3 days prior with the 5-0 loss to the Panthers. Let's click down here and let's see if another goalie made an appearance for the Panthers. Nope, it was Bobrovsky the whole time. 840 save percentage too. That's horrible. Right there. So there was 2 empty net goals, I'm guessing. He gave up 4. So I'm guessing it was 4-3, and then I'm guessing he gave up 2 empty net goals, I'm guessing, since no other goalie made an appearance. That's what I'm thinking. And the Jets goalie, Connor Hellebuyck. You see that right there? However you pronounce it. 870 save percentage, not much better. All right, so some undeniable connections, hockey fans right there. All right, so I appreciate y'all. I'll be probably off to take another nap. I don't know why it doesn't switch slides there for me, but let me just go like this. It's not going to exit at all. Okay, there we go. All right, so Mark Scheifele scores a hat trick and league leading Jets beat the Panthers 6-3. There's always more, y'all. There's always more. Look, I see a Connor or an O'Connor here on Winnipeg. And that's the name of the was it the name of their goalie named Connor as well? And there was also an O'Connor on the Colorado Avalanche team as well. Look, the goalie's name is Connor. And you have a Kyle Connor. That's just interesting because my last name's O'Connor. But anyways, you get a couple Connors here. Look, the goalie had a shot on goal, it looks like. Right here, number 37. Oh, wait, no, he didn't. My bad, my bad. So, yeah, let me go ahead and wrap it up here. All right, Mark Scheifele scores the hat trick. League-leading Jets beat the Panthers 6-3. All by the numbers. Everything's connected. It doesn't matter what the sport. It doesn't matter what the trending story. There's narratives, agendas. Everything's pumped out by the numbers out of some kind of supercomputer, and you see how it connects with the prior hat trick story that I broke down. So I appreciate y'all. Daily Decodes 81.2. I'm working on a Young Thug breakdown, by the way, that will be on the Math2Con 2 channel, Puppets on Strings. Okay, so maybe after my nap, I'll get back to that research. Expect that. I don't want to give a time frame. I don't know, within a week, but maybe sooner. Appreciate y'all. Until next time.